Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing channel. And this evening, for your pleasure, we are going to be looking back at the Ultimate Racing League's GRSC Season 1 League of Champions Round 2. And yes, it's Switzerland, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do they have holy cheese and good watchers, they have quite a good pretend racetrack there as well. So we're at Deep Forest Raceway in the Nissan's GTR and lots of numbers. Again, for your pleasure. It's the Ultimate Racing League Group Racing Sundays Championship Round 2 Season 1. The League of Champions, sponsored by Dubby Energy and Eldridge Air Conditioning. What more can you want? I'll tell you what, before we turn around and have a look at that tidy little grid, let us get some admin out the way, okay? Right, tonight we're going to have two sprint races of roughly about 25 minutes. They will be lapped, but I can't remember the laps. I want to say 16. I don't know. It's probably going to be more because the Group 3s and we did loads in the League 3. Two races, two sprints. First one, soft tyres, racing soft tyres from lights to flag, balls out, no messing, no stopping, just actual hard-on racing. And if you like it hard, fast, and tight, you're in the right place. So that's the first race. Then they kind of cycle up the grid a little bit, shake up the grids. Some people just reverse it, and some people reverse the top 8, move them to the back, and then move behind that forward. We'll see what we get when we get there in race 2, and they have to use medium tyres and hard tyres only. And they have to do a minimum of 2 laps on either compound. Right, championship table now. I know we've been looking at that sign for a while, but hey, what else have you got to do? Don't tell me. I don't know if I want to know. So, at the top of this little championship, the League of Champions, ladies and gents, is Osman. After his amazing showing last week, he has placed himself at the top of the table on 42 points. Toby is in second on 30 points. Neil Farmack is third on 27 points. Solid showing from Neil Farmack last round. Bailey is fourth on 26 points. Smith also on 26 points, with Wacky Racer in sixth on 25 points. Toten is seventh on 18 points, with Fitzy in eighth on 17 points. Dirk is ninth on 15 points, with Grasshopper in 10th, also on 15 points. Unforgiven is 11th on 14 points, joint with Victor, whom is 12th on 14 points. Muhammad Ali is 13th on 8 points. 14th, Callum, yet to score. He withdrew at the beginning of the round, and I believe he's not here this weekend because it's party weekend. It's birthday. And 15th, Kenny D. He hasn't shown yet, but I can't wait to say Kenny D. And 16th, Brisbane, who needs no introduction if you followed League One last season. Right then, without further ado, much further ado, whatever they say, let's have a look at the grid. On pole then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Bailey in second place. We have Brisbane. He has returned, ladies and gentlemen. Brisbane is in the house. In third, we have the championship leader, Osman. In fourth, a great qualifying from this man here, Victor. In fifth, now I don't know what's going on with the liveries, but there we have Agent Smith in fifth place. I think there was a corrupted data file, and some guys have had to show up with their own personal liveries, their street racing creds, you know, their colours, their gang colours. So Agent Smith showing up in his own design. In sixth place, we have Fitzy, who also looks like he is, maybe there's some sort of like a stand on the grid. Maybe they're not showing their sponsors for one reason or another. In 7th place, we have Toby back to standard. Then in 8th place, we have a Grasshopper. In 9th place, we have Toten. Oh, we're going to have to flip sides. He's too tight over there. Here we go. Toten. In 10th place, we have Unforgiven. Non-uniform day for Unforgiven as well. In 11th place, we have Derg View. And in 12th, we have Grahamad Ali. They, ladies and gentlemen, are your players today. Sit back and enjoy. This is going to be fun. So Bailey leads them away on a rolling start. They have qualified hard for these positions. There is long straights here. Toe is capable. Let's see how this one works out. And it's a go, go, go here for Deep Forest. And Bailey leads them away with Brisbane right there on the scene, as is Osman. Osman not messing. He's at the top of the championship. He wants to get on. It seems already by round 2, no points can be wasted. Smith in 5th. Coming up over the hill, we see a bit of dust, but it's just the cars kicking it up as they come through to the tunnel part of the track. And Bailey at the moment putting no feet wrong, but it looks like Brisbane slipping back to the Osman. The Osman taking the corners a lot better than Brisbane at the moment, and he is chewing up the space between the two of them. He's getting a little closer, ladies and gentlemen. Move closer. Come on, Osman. And Bailey, meanwhile, leads the way behind those. Victor in 4th with Smith in 5th. Fitzy in 6th. Toby in 7th now, I believe. If I remember rightly, Fitzy and Toby came across each other in the first race and it ended not all that well. So let's hope Fitzy and Toby get along a little. Grasshopper in 8th place. He's having a little look there at what may be happening. The cars are pretty bunched up, coming out of the hairpin, down the hill to the final start finish line, and Grasshopper seeing 2 massive Nissans in front of him, can't pick which side he wants to take them on. What a tight battle. Oh no, Fissy's picked up a penalty. He's picked up a penalty, ladies and gentlemen, and Grasshopper now stretches that legs and gets himself on by. Fitzy then, with Toten just behind as well, rubbing his hands with that penalty if he's noticed it. Unforgiven in 10th place with Dirtview, just ahead of Grahamad Ali. Unbelievable stuff. Meanwhile, though, Bailey on his second lap now, and oh my God, Brisbane absolutely plundered it. He must have hit that curb. Oh, where are we? Here we go. He must have hit that curb pretty darned hard, ladies. He wished one way and wished another. And now he gets to watch all the cars come by, but he's going to give the wall another smack while he's at it. Why haven't I got all of the stuff up? Excuse me. That has never happened to me before, I swear. I'm so sorry. So Bailey then leads with Osman in 2nd place, with Victor in 3rd, Smith in 4th, Toby in 5th, Grasshopper in 6th, Toten now up in 7th, Fitzy in 8th, Unforgiven up into 9th, Derg up into 10th, Grahamad Ali in 11th, and Brisbane with it all to do. But luckily, he's got 16 laps to give it a blooming good try. And I'm sure he's going to roll those sleeves right up and get all deep in this schnizzle. Bailey, meanwhile, seeing that disappear from his rearview mirrors will be relieving, if not anything, but he does have the championship leader hot on his tail. Victor, meanwhile, absolutely landing a cracking lap there, but he does have Toby and Agent Smith right in his wake. They are making plans. They are plotting. Whoa, on the brakes there for Toby as he sees Smith's car come heading towards him quite quickly. Grasshopper as well in the rear view mirrors. It is tight up and down the field, ladies and gentlemen. 18 laps of pure racing for your pleasure. You are welcome. Say thank you to the URL team. It's all down to them. Grasshopper pulling ever closer now to Toby as he comes across a racing Smith and Victor. And there's nothing he can do about them pair. Give him a can opener. Grasshopper, meanwhile, picking his foes off one by one, and he is aiming at Toby. At the moment, he's already got himself past a Toten. He wants points today, does Grasshopper. Fantastic stuff down here in the mid-battle. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all on each other's tails, putting no foot wrong meanwhile. Landing those corners, getting the Nissan turned in. It's a work of art, ladies and gentlemen. It's like ballet at 150 miles an hour. You can't beat it. And Osman still in view of that pack as Bailey starts stretching his legs now. And Bailey looks like he wants this more than Osman does, obviously. And Victor, at the moment, he is becoming a train. He is the train driver in this little... Smith's going for the move into the hairpin. It's going to be a late break, but Victor's covering the inside. Nowhere to go for Agent Smith, but Agent Smith's back end sits out, and then he's got Toby saying, well, if you don't want the spot, then I shall take it off of your hands. And Smith then, with a back end just stepping out on him, has found himself lurching down the order. As now a Grasshopper is all over and in his schnizzle. Grasshopper having a look, but there is nothing on doing there. Toby trying to make short work of Victor. Victor's out wide. Toby's alongside. And my word, Smith was out wide as well. And Grasshopper, he threaded the needle, but it wasn't enough because Agent Smith's still ahead, but Smith's picked up a penalty. He has picked up a penalty, ladies and gentlemen, as Victor stares at the back of Toby. Toby making a fantastic move on Victor there. Cracking stuff, and Toby doesn't want to waste no time. And he's aiming for Osman as Bailey disappears further up the road. He's sliding that car. Toby is absolutely driving it off of the rails as Victor keeps chase, and Grasshopper now enjoying all these positions he's picking up. Smith picked up another bit of penalty. I'm sure it was a half a second penalty. He's found some more, and that is going to absolutely plunge him. Well, not too bad, actually. Only behind Totem. No, there goes Fitzy as well. And Unforgiven will be fancying a piece of that action. As Derg as well in the mission, and Unforgiven having a look around one side of Smith and trying to have a look at the other side. Agent Smith making the Nissan as wide as he possibly can as Unforgiven inserts himself into the situation here. Oh, he's done a switcheroo, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to late break this one down into the corner, but Smith got it on the outside. But it's a drag race now, up the hill and through the wiggly bits, and oh my God, side by side virtually all the way, but Unforgiven just nips it through. And what a lovely piece of driving from the pair of them, ladies and gentlemen, and that has invited Derg to the party, and he is happy for that. Muhammad Ali in the fight, ladies and gentlemen. One of them puts a foot wrong and he is there to pick up all of the pieces. And then Brisbane, he is head down, cracking on, hoping there is some issues ahead. Meanwhile, ahead, Bailey flying. Osman flying. Toby can't shake off Victor though, and that is a pressure he would rather not be dealing with, I imagine. He wants to get on with catching the guys ahead of him. But at the moment, Victor pinning him in for speed, and Grasshopper matching them, more than a match for him as well. Toby, last time around at 20, well, let's wait, they're coming around to do new laps. So Toby with a 26.1 that time around, Victor 26.4, and Grasshopper 26.4 also matching Victor. Toten up and into 6th ahead of Fitzy, and cracking stuff from Toten, just slowly cracking on and getting on with it, and has found himself in a very comfortable position here in 6th place as that car is lurching through those corners. And Fitzy having a little look on Toten there. He will not be overtaken. He says, I will not have that. That will not stand, sir. Sir, do you hear me? Please, sir. Stop ignoring me, sir. Up the inside for Fitzy, and it's another drag race. We're getting another drag race up the hill. A little bit of love touching as Fitzy, Toten, and now Unforgiven, Smith and Derg all in on her. Derg's dropped back a little bit from this little fight, and Fitzy still with his nose ahead of the group. Toten, no, Fitzy made the move, didn't he? Toten was ahead of him. So Fitzy, very good. Toten, now there's a whole schnizzle show of bouncing around between cars there for Unforgiven. I think he had a little, he went one way and he went the other, and there was a car either side of him. Nothing he could do, and look at him racing up the hill and towards the first corner. Ladies and gents, Unforgiven shuffling himself to the back of this race at the moment, but Fitzy is just the spearhead of it. Toten looking for that position again. He's already had it once. He knows he can have it again. It can be his. He's just got to want it hard enough. Smith there. Smith is on the scene. Smith has been higher, and he wishes to get that high again, chasing it. You can't chase it, Smith. It's you know, it's trouble. Derg keeping in the shout with Grahamad Ali, and guess what, babies? I was going to say ladies and gents, but well, what the hell? We're close. Guess what, babies? Brisbane's on his way. I think Brisbane, we're on lap 8 of 18. He's still got 10 laps to try and get onto the back of that battle. Meanwhile, Bailey, unconcerned, unworried, getting on with it. Osman is keeping relatively close, though. Any small mistakes, and Osman is there to pick up the pieces. And Bailey will be well aware of that. What's going on there? Toby and Victor again racing each other. Toby still ahead, but Victor absolutely fighting. Come out the corner swinging, did Victor. He's not giving up on that 3rd spot. He likes the podium and he wants it back. Grasshopper, meanwhile, in 5th place with Fitzy in 6th. Toten, Smith and Unforgiven. We should just amalgamate their name because they are just one car at the moment. And Derg trying to get onto the back of this trail. Smith is really on point here. He's looking one way and another. He wants past Totem. He wants to race Fitzy. There's not many overtaking opportunities here at Deep Forest. You've got to sit on the rear derriere of the back end of the car, and it's this hairpin up here and possibly the first corner where you can get a tow down the straight, try and pull up alongside them and just try and late break that bad boy into the corner without destroying you, the person you're racing, and your whole heritage. So Smith then unable to get that tow he needed up the side of Toten there. He's got a good run at him down this hill though, so turn 1 might be doable. And it looks like they're closing in on trying to break the toe there is Totem, and Smith is onto it. He's here for it. they are racing hard, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even think they realise there's other cars around them. As Dirk slowly closing in on Unforgiven, and he's got a surprise for Unforgiven before the end of this race. 10 laps of 18 done. Well, we're on lap 10. Not quite done then. Bailey has caught up with Muhammad Ali, and he has got by. So Brisbane now, his next aim is this little concave of cars. What fun is to be had if Brisbane can catch these guys up. Fitzy making a run for it at the moment. He doesn't want to get involved in this. It looks like a nightmare. And Brisbane is not that far away, so scary stuff for these guys. And Brisbane tackling that little thing. Grasshopper in 5th. He's still got the sight at the back of Victor, and Victor definitely looming large in Toby's mirrors, and Toby just cannot shake off Senor Victor at the moment. Osman, 26.3 from Osman last time around. We're starting lap 11. Bailey at 26.0. Bailey absolutely nailing. Ooh, I thought he had a wiggle on, but he scooped her up, and he's back in control now. Toby and Victor chasing down Osman. 26.0 for Victor last time around. 26.2 for Toby. Grasshopper 26.4, but he's right there. He's right there. Fitzy, oh, wiggle on from Fitzy. He can't afford to do that. Smith's got himself past Totem. Smith finally got himself past a Totem there, and now Unforgiven is on the rear derriere, and he's having a look. Oh, there was squealing somewhere, but I think we're all right. Brisbane in the periphery. Watch out, foreboding. They call it foreboding in films when you just see something, just for a second or so, and then they cut away. Smith then absolutely nailing it since he's got past Totem. And he is flying. Unforgiven and Dergview both trying. Oh, Totem's moved. Totem's moved, and Unforgiven made the move. I tell you, that hairpin, say that's the overtaking manoeuvre, they give you an absolutely shoddy angle of it. Oh yeah, lovely, lovely from Unforgiven there. Just got it perfect in on the apex, and it looked like a Totem went a little bit wide, leaving himself open for Derg now. And Derg could be up for this one. Again, Totem trying to cling on to the back of Unforgiven. Totem going to go for a move in turn 1. Late on the brakes for Totem. Does it work out for him? It nearly does, but Unforgiven's got a cleaner run. But no, Totem absolutely nailing that one, and then giving Derg an opportunity with him coming to clashes with Unforgiven, but Derg has to back out of this one, and guess who's coming? Bailey meanwhile leads 1:26.4 last time around for him, and Osman getting the fastest lap at 25.7, and now he is putting the fear into Bailey. Bailey knows it's Osman time. I can't make Hammer time sound like Osman. Ozza time. So Bailey, all he can do is keep pointing that car in the right direction and hope things work out for the best, as Osman is starting to lay down the law. Toby meanwhile has got an addition to the back of his car. It's called a Red Bull Nissan, and my word, Victor going for it around the outside, or just trying to be a pain to be Toby, so he couldn't come out wide for that corner, compromising himself through it and giving Victor a run up through the shimmy shakes towards the tunnels. And Toby at the moment having to drive on the edge of his senses, finding his way around Deep Forest with the pressure of Victor all up and in his schnizzle, ladies and gentlemen. That takes some skill. Grasshopper at the moment having quite a pleasant race, really. 5th place. You wouldn't argue with that, and no one's bothered him. No one's bugged him throughout the race. Fitzy. Smith's back behind Fitzy. No, Fitzy was ahead of him, wasn't it? It was Toten they were racing. Yeah, Fitzy ran away after he got past Toten, and now Smith has caught up with the Fitzmeister. What can Fitzy do? Can he keep it clean? Well, he can keep it clean, but I mean, can he keep it on track and going straight and keeping Smith behind him? So Fitzy 26.5 last time around. Smith at 25.9. That is a strong lap time to race against for Fitzy. But he's doing an absolute super job. But the Smithmeister, does he know where his brake is? So late down there onto the brakes. Beautiful move from Smith on Fitzy there, and Fitzy will try and stay with him all through this section to try and get him on the next straight. But Mr. Smith is racing beyond all capabilities of man or machine. They are the hands of an alien, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about aliens. Bailey, meanwhile, it hasn't got any easier for him. Osman closing in. 26.1 last time around for Osman. Bailey at 26.2. Is it enough? Still 4 laps remaining after this one. Can Bailey keep it up? Can Osman creep ever closer? Toby, can he lose his best mate Victor? Grasshopper, will he see someone to race him? Smith, absolutely. Oh, poor old Fitzy has picked up a penalty now, and Unforgiven will be loving that news. Brisbane, unbelievable, up to 9th already. I imagine Totem made it rather easy. I can see the indicators left on where he told him to overtake him. And Dirkview as well. So Brisbane absolutely plundering through the pack, ladies and gentlemen. He's pillaging. He's Pirate Brisbane right now. And he's doing some pillaging. Oh, there be gold in there. Hills. Oh, and Brisbane again coming across an Unforgiven. And Unforgiven trying to keep that Nissan as wide as possible to give no quarter to Mr. Brisbane, who is absolutely changing it at the moment. Totem staying on the back. He's hoping to pick something up from the Brisbane and Unforgiven battle. Going up to the braking zone then. And it looks like Unforgiven at the moment pretty safe against Brisbane, but Derg back in the scene. Derg, he's like one of those hipsters. He keeps popping in and out of the scene. Unforgiven, though, meanwhile, under immense pressure from Brisbane. He's looking up the inside of Unforgiven. Unforgiven is just had to sit there and watch this one. Oh, yes, and Brisbane absolutely planted that, but Unforgiven coming back at his man Brisbane, and Brisbane then says, no, mine. Up to 8th then for Brisbane. Fitzy in 7th, Smith in 6th, trying to close in on Grasshopper, but Grasshopper is closing in on Victor and Toby. Toby, 26.3 last time around. Victor, 26.5. Grasshopper, 26.7. But it looked like he was closer, you know. Osman is certainly closer to Bailey. Oh no, though, Bailey did a 26.0 last time out, with Osman doing a 26.2. It is swings and roundabouts here. They are seesawing towards each other and then away from each other. A 10th here, a 10th there. We're on lap 16, just about to start lap 17. 2 more laps. This is the penultimate lap, and at the moment it seems that Bailey has it in hand. It's going to be a tough one for Osman to try and close in the next 2 laps. He's got to do something ultra special. Toby, meanwhile, has definitely shaken off his shadow and left Victor somewhat behind a little bit. And Toby then going for an easy last couple of laps, doesn't want to deal with Victor on his tail. And Victor trying to clamber back to the back of Toby. Grasshopper, meanwhile, steady race for Grasshopper. Good points for Grasshopper. He's in 10th. Even Stevens with Derg, so this will leap him ahead of Derg and Unforgiven, I imagine. So Grasshopper keeping it steady, keeping it on its way. Smith, meanwhile, he's done away with Fitzy. He's on his way. Brisbane closing in. No. Yeah, Brisbane closing in, sorry, on Fitzy. Then we have Unforgiven in 9th, Toten in 10th, Dergview in 11th, Grahamad Ali in 12th. He's dropped off a little bit there. Oh, he had a rough lap 15, it has to be said. Bailey, meanwhile, beginning his final lap. And all Osman can do now is watch and be happy that he's got the fastest lap. Although Bailey, I imagine, knowing how aliens are, will be pushing for that fastest lap. This final lap, does he have the tyres? The tyres don't look too bad, but he's 4/10 off of his fastest, so maybe not. But Osman looks like he really, it looked like he closed in a lot there, but possibly not. Meanwhile, Toby is safe from Victor. Grasshopper safe from Smith. Smith's on his own as well. Fitzy and Brisbane might get fruity before the checkered flag, but it's going to be hard for Brisbane to close in on Fitzy at this point. Unforgiven 9th, 10th for Toten. Derg just could not crack that one open. And Graham Ali in 12th, and it's Bailey coming down the straight with at least 5 cars distance on Osman. 3, I'll give you. And Bailey then, absolutely stunning drive from start to finish. Got on with business, knew what he had to do, and did such what. As he crosses the line, great drive from Bailey. Osman, a fantastic 2nd place and fastest lap so far. Toby rounds out your podium. Take a boo, my son. And Victor comes in 4th, with Grasshopper coming home in 5th. Smith grabs himself 6th place, with Fitzy in 7th. Brisbane up to 8th. Unforgiven crossing in 9th. Toten 10th. Derg in 11th. And Grahamad Ali just coming up and over the hill to take himself a fantastic 12th place. I didn't time that very well, did I? So Bailey takes the win of race 1 in round 2. Osman comes home in 2nd. Toby in 3rd. Now we should see. Right. I'm going to try and make a prediction. Let's see how close I am. Unforgiven should be on pole. Toten should be 2nd. Dergeview should be 3rd. Grahamad Ali should be starting 4th. Then 5th for Brisbane. Fitzy 6th. Smith 7th. Grasshopper starts 8th. Victor starts 9th. Toby starts 10th. Osman starts 11th. Bailey starting in 12th. Shall we see how close I got? This is the new game of can I work out the pit, the whatever it's called. I've forgotten what it's called, the grid, I suppose. Oh, what's going on? Oh yeah, this is going to be dark, ladies and gents. It's going to be headlights. We're going to be watching a lot of headlights. I'll try not to put the names on, but I'm not promising anything. I don't know how dark it is. I haven't pre-watched. Don't look at this bit, but I'm going to be on here for a bit. I think it goes this way. Sorry, I'm just giving it a little bit, you know. It looks a bit washed out, I know. but you'll thank me in the race, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, let's go with that. Right. Ooh, experimenter race, still pants in it. Sorry, guys, it's what it is. They like racing in the dark. What can I say? These sim racers, they love it. So, yeah, Unforgiven on pole, tick. And he's on hard tyres, starting on the hards. They've got to use both compounds, don't forget. Racing hards and racing mediums for a minimum of 2 laps. Unforgiven starting on pole on the hard tyre. Totem starting in second. Also, oh no, he's starting on the medium tyre. Now, we saw that the soft tyres, they do put the tyre wear up 1. But, I mean, judging by the wear of the soft tyre in race 1, I don't think tyre wear is going to be even close to an issue here. So, Totem, I tell you, fuel might be an issue. With the long straights, I doubt it, though. But, yeah, so I believe Totem, he'll be running them lap tyres all the way to lap 15, putting the hards on. And Unforgiven probably doing 2 laps and then putting the mediums on. Dergview starting in third. He is starting on the medium tyres. Muhammad Ali starting on the hard tyre. Brisbane is starting on the medium tyre. 6th is Fitzy. He's starting on the hard tyre. Smith 7th. He's starting on the hard tyre. Grasshopper is 8th. He is starting on the hard tyre. Victor in 9th, starting on the hard tyre. Medium tyres for Toby. It's not that I thought halfway through this list I should write down what they started on. Osman is starting on the hard tyre. No, I can't. This slows it all down. I'll have to do this some other time. And hard tyres for Bailey. We'll have to try and keep up with it. So, without further ado, let's watch this one unfold, ladies and gentlemen. Hard tyres for Unforgiven and the 2 behind him on the mediums. This is going to be interesting. The first couple of laps, it won't make much of a difference because the tyres will be cold. But Unforgiven at the moment heading towards the first corner and everything is fine. Toten right there under his wing and ooh, we got Brisbane and Muhammad Ali getting racy. Brisbane on those medium tyres, Muhammad Ali on the hard tyres, remember. Excuse me. Fitzy setting a chase on those hard tyres with Smith right under his wing on hard tyres. Grasshopper in 8th on the hard tyres. Victor under pressure there. He's on the hard tyres and Toby's on the mediums. That's why he's putting him under pressure. Hard tyres for Osman. Hard tyres for Bailey. He's doing all right, he's Unforgiven. I tell thee, Unforgiven, he's doing all right. He's built up a little gap. And these are all stumbling over each other. Brisbane's picked up a penalty. That's going to put him right to the back, isn't it? Half a second with the cars on lap 1, all bunched up, and the way they are is going to put him quite clearly. Oh no, didn't even affect him. Didn't even affect him. Hush my mouth. I thought half a second he'd put him down to the bottom of the grid. So Unforgiven at the moment, he can't believe his luck. Someone went a little wide there. Oh, it's a Benetton. It's who is it? Is it Osman? No, it might be Muhammad Ali. Seems to be going slowly at the moment, letting the field through. Bailey on his hard tyres, winner of the race 1. Osman also on hard tyres. They've completed 1 lap, ladies and gents. Oh, and Unforgiven's gone wide, and Totem has said, thank you very much, good sir. My medium tyres have much better grip than you, and I can take that corner quite tightly. Thank you. And Unforgiven then, and has now found himself the cork in the bottle of Dergview and Brisbane. Brisbane absolutely wants to make... Oh, he's already got past Derg. Sorry. So Brisbane now all up and in Unforgiven's business that he's on the hard tyre. And this is a fight for him at the moment with all these medium runners around him. Brisbane as Unforgiven just cannot get any traction down on the track, wiggling under acceleration out of every corner, squirming even. And Brisbane then gets the move completed on him, and he chases down his teammate, Toten. All down, further down, we've got all sorts of action going on in that. We'll go through the field, trust me. It's all happening. So Toten at the moment is leading, with Brisbane lurching up towards him. Absolutely swiftly dancing up to the rear derriere of his teammate. He pulls the trigger, comes down alongside, and Toten makes that rather easy for Brisbane. His teammates, why would he race him? And Unforgiven then finding the back end of Toten, and he wants to get past on hard tyres going into lap 3, ladies and gentlemen. There may be concerns about the medium tyre wear, as Derg all up and in the back of Unforgiven at the moment. Further on, Smith found his livery, obviously, with Toby now all up in his business. Smith's on the hard tyre, just clinging on as Toby tries to unleash the beast, should we say, of the Nissan underneath him. Fitzy in 7th place, with Osman in 8th, ahead of Grasshopper now. Grasshopper on those hard tyres, Osman also on the hard tyres though. Victor in 10th, struggling to get through on those hard tyres, with Muhammad Ali and Bailey. Bailey's already made his pit stop. Bailey has made his pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. He made it at the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3. He's on to the mediums. He's got clear air. Clear air is king, if you ask Piastri. Brisbane leads from Toten, with Unforgiven, Derg, Toby, then Smith, then Fitzy, Grasshopper. They're all still very close. Osman and Victor both going into the pits. Bailey will be hoping to say goodbye to those guys as he comes flying by, with that one earlier lap on the medium tyres has done him the world of good, and he is through. No, Osman's out of the pits, but Bailey does get through in the end, getting that one extra lap on the medium tyres. He had to late break it into the first corner though, and has put himself in a predicament coming up and through the squiggly bits, with Victor right in the background there. Everything has gone absolutely cracking for their pit stops. Racing medium tyres on by all three. Muhammad Ali carrying on with those hard tyres, with Grasshopper also sticking with the hard tyres. I believe Unforgiven has yet to pit as well on those, and why would he? He's in 3rd. He's got Derg and he's got Toby. Toby's going for a move on Derg and Unforgiven. He's gone for a twofer, ladies and gentlemen. A 2 for you. 2 spots in one corner from the Toby Meister. And Unforgiven, it's his teammate, but he's racing him hard. Didn't like that. Another bunch of pit stops. Smith, Fitzy, Grasshopper, all gone in to get their hard tyres. Puts Muhammad Ali up to 6th. He has not pitted yet. Brisbane still leads from Toten, and Toby now is getting a lot of stress from his teammate. He is pressuring him. And he has to though, because Derg is all up and in Unforgiven's business, so he cannot even lift for a second. Muhammad Ali has picked up himself a half a second penalty. We've seen it hardly makes a difference though. Smith in 7th. Pit stop, no. Pit stop not done. He's another one. No, he's out lap. He's forgot to change his tyres, ladies and gentlemen. Or maybe he's staying with that, but he's going to have to come in and put mediums on. Something has gone wrong. Something's gone very wrong. Smith didn't start on the mediums. I'm pretty sure he started on the hards, and he's gone into the pits and he hasn't changed tyres, it seems. That's what I think has happened. Mediums for Bailey. Mediums for Osman. Fitzy on the mediums. Victor now ahead of Grasshopper, who made that stop only just, maybe a little bit late, some would say. Brisbane, meanwhile, leads the way. Doesn't need to make a pit stop till lap 15, end of lap 15. And Toby also will be doing similar as Toten. Looks like he's coming. Oh, he's just been overtaken by Toby. I apologise. So Toby pulling off moves left, right and centre today, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely ploughing his way through the field. Totem down into third. We've got more pit stops. Muhammad Ali and Agent Smith having to go in again. A double stack pit stop. Ferrari style from Smith. Not what he needed, not what he wanted. Brisbane then leads with Toby in second, clinging on, but he's got a 1 second penalty and he's got a queue of cars very much within a second of him behind him. So Toby, this is a worst case scenario situation, and he's only around the corner from the penalty place, so he's not going to be able to shake those boys off too quickly. What a shame for Toby here. After all that hard work, it's all going to be for naught as they all come flying past. Totem trying to get as much of a tow before Toby ghosts. And there we go. Oh, he's Unforgiven. Slipped back a little bit. I didn't notice Dirk getting past Unforgiven. Or did I? Is that when Toby made his double overtake? Well, however, Totem now in third place. Brisbane has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. Unforgiven into the pits. One of the last to pit on those hard tyres. How will it work out for him? There's a whole bunch of cars here to argue that it's not going to work out for him. All the way down to Smith and Bailey. Bailey, as they come along now, Unforgiven. They're doing the nuts. They're fueling up. And that's it. They've all come past. No, Unforgiven's out. Unforgiven's out. Oh, my word, ladies and gentlemen. The pit crew deserves a cherry cola because they have got him out ahead of that pack. NASCAR style. Fantastic stuff from Unforgiven's team. They're the pit crew. Bailey, but he's on the mediums, fresh mediums as well. And Bailey's going to have to fight to get by him. And does he have the tyres? As he's got Osman right under his chuff. Then we have Fitzy in 8th, Victor in 9th, Grasshopper in 10th, Smith after his double stack pit stop in 11th, and Muhammad Ali with another penalty in 12th. Brisbane, meanwhile, building gaps. Totem under pressure from Toby and the Derg. These guys are not planning to make pit stops now for a while yet. Unforgiven doing an amazing job, but Bailey's pulled the trigger. Bailey's going to get a late break into the hairpin. And yes, Bailey makes a solid move on Unforgiven. And there was now Unforgiven could do about that. Bailey absolutely blistering pace out there. Fantastic stuff from our man Bailey. It's like watching some kind of artist draw a Mona Lisa. Unforgiven though, under pressure from Osman, the championship leader, remember. He doesn't want to mess around in a crowd. He needs maximum points. Maximo points. Victor as well has fought hard. He was right under the chuff of, who was it? Toby for most of the other race. And he'll be wanting to get back up and in that situation. Brisbane letting them know why he is not to be messed with. But don't forget, he still has to put the hard tyre on for a minimum of 2 laps, as does Totem, as does Toby, as does Derg. Bailey running all the way to the end in 5th, Unforgiven in 6th, but Osman will have something to say about that. We're on lap 8 of 17 at the moment as these guys duke it out. Victor having a very close look at the rear derriere of Osman, but decides against it, pulls back in as Osman checks out. Oh, Osman's gone wide. Osman's gone wide, I believe, and Victor gets through before the penalty's even been dished out. I don't think he's got a penalty. He's done all right there. Excuse me again. Grasshopper, though, brings him back into play, doesn't it, just? Hey? So, Grasshopper is starting to see a little bit of traction ahead of him. He's starting to see some positions opening up, with Osman trust up behind Victor. Grasshopper, we saw 5th place from race 1. Solid drive, good lap times. He's just got to get into the zone. He's got to visualise that 7th spot. If he wants it, he can have it. And there's red lights just ahead of those two, so they're closing in on the guy ahead. This is fantastic racing, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need me to tell you. You can see for your very own eyes. Bailey smashing it at the moment. Derg, Toby, Totem, Brisbane, all going to make a pit stop. Lap 15. Can they pull away from this pack? Bailey, Unforgiven. Victor, Osman, who is being chased very closely by Grasshopper. Grasshopper actually wants to salvage that 8th place away from Osman. How dare he? Does he not know he's the championship leader at the moment? Smith trying to make the best of a bad situation for himself with a double stack pit stop. He's just got to be happy he's ahead of Fitzy and Grahamad Ali. Brisbane, meanwhile, lap 10 of 17. Still going on like the Duracell Bunny, a 27.0. The fastest he's managed so far in this race is a 26.5. Are the tyres going? They seem to be okay. Totem and Toby having a play under the bridge along the straight. And Toby ain't messing. Totem, he's going to have to really late break into this situation if he wants to stay ahead of Toby. And Toby easily through, but does he go wide? And Totem pulls it back up the inside of him. No, Toby holds fast, ladies and gentlemen. Keeps that 2nd place. And Totem now has to suck his exhaust fumes. Derg gets to see it all. What a seat, ladies and gentlemen. What a view he is getting in this race. But the time is ticking down for these 4. The pit stop is looming nearer and nearer. Their tyres, they're all right. I don't think tyres are going to be an issue, you know. Toby under pressure from Totem. Was it? No, it was Toby and Fitzy, I think, in the last race that had a little coming together. Dirge then 4th, Bailey in 5th, Unforgiven in 6th. These guys are chasing those 4 ahead. They'll probably come out with the hard tyres just ahead of them, but can they stay ahead of them with the pace the medium tyres gives you? Osman still ahead of Grasshopper, although Grasshopper has tried as hard as he might. He cannot get past Osman at the moment, and Osman following Victor very closely indeed as Victor tries to catch up with Unforgiven. Unforgiven last time around at 27.5 on his fresher mediums. Victor 27.1, his fastest of the race so far, with Osman at 27.4 and Grasshopper doing a 28.1. Absolutely close call racing out there. And Bailey has one aim. He wants to drop those guys behind him and jump these guys when they finally make their pit stop. When will that be? I've told you, lap 15, easy. There was a little squealing there from Brisbane, but he seems to have it under control, ladies and gentlemen. Not a fear. Do not worry. Do not concern yourself. Brisbane has this. It's in control. Toby chasing him down. Toby at 27.3 last time out. Brisbane 26.8. Oh my geez. Brisbane absolutely nailing it at the moment as Toby tries. Toten doing a fantastic job in 3rd place before the pit stops. And Dirk as well holding on to the top 4. Bailey edging away from Unforgiven as Unforgiven has a little party down there. Not as good a party as Osman and Victor. And Grasshopper in the action, ladies and gentlemen. We're on board with Grasshopper right now. Let me have a little sip of my brew. I forgot all about it. Grasshopper right on the rear derriere of Osman. Osman showing it the inside line, saying you want the inside, take it. And Grasshopper knows it's a trap and declines his offer. So Osman at the moment, though, with Osman racing with Grasshopper, has lost touch with Victor. Starting lap 13, that ticking time bomb of the top four getting ever nearer. Smith absolutely nailing it. He is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't playing. He ain't playing. He ain't playing. Agent Smith is not here to play. He's cooking. That's what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. He's cooking. Let him cook, okay? Agent Smith on a mission. And Grasshopper, he's getting there, you know. He's getting there. We saw Brisbane do it in race 1. I fear that Smith can do exactly the same. Dirk at the moment. What are these guys gonna do? Well, we know what they're gonna do, but it's nice to add a little bit of ooh. Brisbane then moves on to 14th. They need to chuck the tyre wear up a bit, don't they? So Toby setting chase with Toten in 3rd, Dirk in 4th. Bailey, this is where the race is at the moment, and those other guys are just going to have to slot into this one. So Bailey, Unforgiven, has got into his stride now. Unforgiven doing his fastest lap of the race with a 27.0, and Victor chasing him with a 27.3. Osman a 26.9. So Osman starting to shake it up, and Grasshopper trailing them in 9th. Smith on a mission as Fitzy is hoping to see some faces. He's gone faster than he's gone before. He's hoping the race comes back to him in front there, as Muhammad Ali also hoping for a situation to arise. Brisbane then, low on fuel, so fuel was an issue. They do need that little trickle of fuel to get to the end. And Toby as well. I'm sure it's all right. I'm sure that fuel would still get him to the end, you know. So as Brisbane goes round to start his final lap on these tyres, he must pit with only 2 laps remaining in the next lap. Well, at the end of this lap will be 2 laps remaining. Sorry, there's 3 laps remaining now. And Toten's gone in. Oh, that fuel is tight though for Toten. He probably doesn't want to risk it. And Dirk, absolutely fuel consumption man. He's you want him driving your taxi and you around? He's not going to hardly charge anything. So Bailey, Unforgiven, Victor, Osman, Grasshopper, they all absolutely sling it past Totem, but we've seen that change as they come out the pits, but Totem is behind Grasshopper, unfortunately. Big signs for Brisbane. Toby and Dirk there. Dirk's going to be behind Totem, we would assume, and around where Smith is, and Brisbane might not clear Bailey or Unforgiven at this rate. Interesting stuff. That pit stop throwing the cat amongst the pigeons there. Toten wasn't that far off of Toby or Brisbane. Well, Brisbane has pulled away a bit. Maybe Brisbane will clear Bailey, but I think Toby might be smack bang in the middle of it all. Totem with his hard tyres trying to keep the Smith behind. Smith on a lovely set of bedded in medium tyres is ready. He is ready, ladies and gents. Brisbane is into the pits. Brisbane seems to be quite ahead, doesn't he? So I think he'll clear Bailey. But Toby, and Dirk has picked up a penalty. Best time to spend it, though. Best place to spend a penalty is in the pit stops. Well done, Dirk. Timed to perfection. So Bailey coming down the hill, and Brisbane is out. Bailey comes around. It shows him ahead of Toby and Dirk, but is that the way? Oh, there's Toby in 3rd, 4th, 5th. Sorry. Any more? No. Fifth then for Toby. Osman up into sixth. Grasshopper seventh. Dirk comes out in eighth, still carrying the penalty. That doesn't seem fair. I thought he'd pay that in the pits. Gutted. Toten then under immense pressure from Smith. He's on those hard tyres, remember, trying to get them up to temperature. It is not the stress that he could do with right now. With Smith all up and in his business. Lap 16 of 17, ladies and gentlemen. Our penultimate lap. The race has just begun. We could go another 17 laps. Muhammad Ali picking up a penalty there as Brisbane tries out his brand new hard tyres, and what a lead he has on Bailey. Unbelievable stuff. Unforgiven in third. Podium. Can Unforgiven get this out of this? Victor. Fourth, Toby in fifth. I just realised Unforgiven. Cracking stuff. I said he stayed on the hards too long, but it seems it was perfect for him. So Unforgiven at the moment with a gap going into his finale lap ahead of Victor, Toby and Osman. Fantastic stuff. Osman's picked up a penalty, but Grasshopper luckily is not that close. But, well, he is that close behind. Sorry, I'm getting confused in the dark. And on to the final lap. Grasshopper, all he has to do is stay there. Totem, oh, I thought it said Smith had gone past, but Totem still ahead of Smith. Smith cannot do anything about that hard-cladded, tired car. And I told you, if you like it hard, fast and tight, you are in the right place. A yellow flag. A yellow flag. For what? Oh, Victor! No! Oh, he was in fourth. Sorry, did we see enough of that? Do we want to see more? Where is he? Victor driving on the raggedy edge there. And it just seemed to be nothing. Oh, it's coming off that curve. Absolutely zero. And Toby got all rushed up in him. And he picked up a bit of damage with Osman with a penalty behind him. Grasshopper might make something out of this one and grab himself fourth place. That would be fantastic. Fifth in the first race. Currently sixth, probably fifth with Osman's penalty. And although we've seen those half-second penalties not make much of a difference here. So we'll see. Grasshopper is willing, so I hope it gets him something. As Toby's car realigns itself and fixes itself. And there you go. Grasshopper up and into fifth place, ladies and gentlemen. What a cracking race. Brisbane then comes around. Absolutely plundered this one. Ripped it to pieces. Great stuff, Brisbane. Well done. Bailey comes home for second place. And this championship is going to be absolute lit. And Unforgiven, super job. Take a boo, my son. Third place podium. Toby comes home in fourth. Grasshopper fifth. Osman in sixth. Dirk in seventh. Totem stayed ahead of Smith. Well done, Totem. Smith in ninth. Fitzy in 10th. And Victor, unfortunate for Victor there, in 11th. Unbelievable stuff. And Muhammad Ali. Oh, that was better, wasn't it? I paused it a much better time this time. Whoa, you need to rinse yourselves down, ladies and gentlemen. That was mucky. I liked it. So, Brisbane takes a win. First win of the League of Champions, as far as I know, in this season. He missed the first round, and race one, he had a absolute mare. But race two, coming back with bells on. Cracking stuff from Brisbane there. Great win. Bailey, best of the rest, second place. Great job, though. Unforgiven. Would you have thunk it, eh? Unforgiven. Absolutely smashing those points. Good stuff. Toby in fourth with Grasshopper. We're looking at the same person. Where are all these cars? There we go. No, it's gone back to that crap angle. Toby in fourth, who's Unforgiven's teammate. That's cracking. Grasshopper in fifth. Osman coming home in sixth. Dirk coming home in seventh. Toten in eighth. Smith coming home in ninth with that double pit stop. Fitzy, I'm not sure what happened to Fitzy. Just seemed to, he was in the midst of it all and dropped back a bit. But Fitzy getting 10th. Victor getting 11th. Poor Victor sitting in a strong 4th place there until his car decided to go woo, 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 woo over the curbs and go for a mental one. Poor Victor, he can't cut a break, bless him. And Muhammad Ali coming home in 12th place. A huge thank you to our man Muhammad Ali. He is the man that gets the replays to me that I can then deliver the replays to you. So a huge thank you to Muhammad Ali. I don't know where we are next week. Sorry, I should be more on the ball. I can tell you. No, please. Just wait. Hang fire. Be patient. I can tell you where we are. I'm getting good at this now. Technology stuff. Right. So next week we are at Interlagos, baby. Do you know what? I've got a feeling Friday night's Interlagos as well. So we're having a Interlagos double bill here on Thingamajig's Racing channel. Aren't you lucky? Well, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this very special presentation of Gran Turismo 7, the Ultimate Racing League, GRSC Season 1, League of Champions Round 2. Sponsored, by Dubby Energy Drinks and Eldridge Air Conditioning. I'll tell you what, I could do with some air conditioning right now. Eldridge, get yourself round here, lads. Get me fitted. Thank you very much, everyone. Peace and love. Peace and love. That's all, folks.